once again, we return to the blackboard, and we have 5-ish minutes to try and summarize the whole climate change energy problem for you, for North America, and for the whole planet. All right, so let's call this the engineer's approach to energy independence, climate change. Why do I use engineer's approach? Engineers are the people that we train in society to figure out how to solve big complex problems. All right, so there's 3 aspects to the problem. There's the planet, and I'm going to try and draw South and North America, and there's the melting Arctic up there. Then there's North America, which we're familiar with. There we go, Florida, New England, Great Lakes, across to Washington. And then there's sort of a very badly drawn individual like me. All right, so how do all of these things relate, and what do we have to do? So we know we need 16 terawatts of power for all of these people. That's if we can constrain the amount of power that humanity uses today into the future. In reality, there's going to be pressures for this to go to 20 terawatts or more. We want to do an effort to try and keep that number as low as possible. America uses 3.5 terawatts of power for all of it. We could probably, by being smart, lower that by about 50%. That would be a great thing to do. And if you're an average North American, you use 11,400 watts. If I put all the zeros for this terawatt, it would be 350,000,000,000,000,000,000. I think that's right. Yep, about 12 of them. So that puts you in perspective. This is you. This is America. The average person in the world, by the way, is around 2,200 watts. Okay, so we really do have to solve 3 problems at once. We have to solve the global problem of climate change. We have to solve the American problem of energy independence and sort of clean energy. And we have to solve the individual problem of making sure we all have a high quality of life while we do step 1 and step 2. All right, so the first thing to do is figure out, what temperature, and I'm going to draw a badly drawn thermometer in the, I guess that's the Atlantic. Let's say we wanted to hit plus 2 degrees Celsius, so that's maybe 4 or 5 degrees Fahrenheit, increase in global average temperature, and that's as high as we want to go. That's what the best scientists would say. In fact, they probably may even argue that we want to go lower. What that means is we need to hit a carbon dioxide concentration. This implies carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere needs to be at most 450 parts per million, and perhaps as low as 350 parts per million. All right, so once we know that that's what we've got to get to, engineers can say, all right, I can figure out what I have to build. I have to make 16 terawatts of power. I've got 60 ppm of CO2 left to put in the atmosphere. What do you have to do? And you realize after you do the math on that, you need to do, I think the number is 11 to 12 terawatts of new clean power in 25-ish years. So that's 11 to 12 terawatts of solar, nuclear, wind power, geothermal, if we can do it, fully sequestered carbon-based fuels. That's where you burn it in a coal plant and then you stuff it down a hole or bury it, compress the CO2 and put it at the bottom of the ocean. Anyway, you have to take all those technologies and do 11 to 12 terawatts in 25 years. For North America, you've got 3.5 terawatts total. 0.8 of those terawatts are the electricity grid. Right now, that's mostly generated with coal and some with natural gas. We want to do this probably in the next 10 years. That requires building a new grid infrastructure across the country. It means putting wind turbines here. It means putting solar here. It means putting geothermal down here. Probably means putting some nuclear plants around here as well. We can be fairly ambivalent. We can put more nuclear plants or less, depending upon what society wants. The reality is we have a lot of options. It's good news. So we know what we have to do there. And then to make sure that these 2 numbers, the 3.5 terawatts and the 16 terawatts, don't keep going up, we need to figure out how to make this number go closer to this number. Because remember, China and India are going to make their number go like that. and we need to do that while improving the quality of all of our lives. This means getting smarter about what we do. Smaller, lighter weight, more efficient hybrid or electric, preferably cars, probably just driving less. Don't think about driving less as a problem. Think of it more like walking your child to school hand in hand, right? So your quality of your life improves and you're using less power. It means eating more wisely. It means insulating your house and saving money on electricity. So you can actually reduce this substantially and improve your quality of life. So with the engineer's approach, the real key is, first, choose your temperature, choose where you want to go carbon-wise, give ourselves targets that are sensible and achievable, and that's the type of thing that we're doing here. And then, help engineers communicate all of the solutions for individuals' lives over the top of all of this. In reality, this is doable. What humanity really needs to realize is we kind of got one shot at doing it. There's not a lot of room for error in hitting a target like this. So I sort of say we should start today.